Buongiorno, hello and welcome. And this will be the first video from a small series of videos from the dirt racing series, which started on this Tuesday. And yeah, so much to tell you. First, you saw it. This is a A category race. So like I mentioned in some videos before, that I see myself and also some teammates from my Swift Racing League team. We see ourselves at the upper end of the B category. We are always finishing in very good positions in category B. So we know it's time to make the next step in the future, in the next season, and start then in the A category. And so we decided here and there to compete in some races already now in the A category. For example, now in this dirt racing series. But by the way, we wouldn't be allowed also to start in Cat B here, because for the categorization, dirt don't uses only the Swift Power category, but also the race ranking. And my race ranking is so good that I wouldn't be allowed to start in B. But we decided to start in the series in A with the team. And as you can see, the first stage is an individual time trial. So yeah, I was absolutely not looking forward for this race because it was an A category where I know I would be on a very, very good day, somewhere in the midfield maybe, or in the end. And it's my absolute hate discipline, individual time trial. So yeah, the course is about 20 kilometers long, London 8 reverse, 250 meters of elevation. And you see we are heading directly to the Fox Hill, which is the onlyest real climb in this route, and it comes directly in the beginning. There you see one teammate. This is Reinhold from Switzerland, and also there is Chris Hölze. You see him, I don't see him, but he's behind me now, 3 positions, gave me a ride on. And also Matthias Runge was riding today. So, in theory, we have 8 riders in our team roster. And yeah, but we were only 4 people on this Tuesday. And for the team ranking, the 4 best results from a team will count. So yeah, we knew all of our results will count for the team GC, which was some extra pressure. Anyway, I will make the video on double or triple speed in a few seconds, and yeah, then I can talk about my strategy. Okay, I'm going for triple speed. My strategy was to ride steady, to listen to my body, to my legs, to my heart rate and so on, and I didn't want it to get nervous. For example, now if some riders are overtaking me, so I wanted definitely not to exhaust too early and to save the energy for the whole race and not only for the first 10 minutes or something like that. And of course, I tried to ride smart, which means the steeper it gets, the more I wanted to push. So you can see now in the climb, I tried to be always in the red and orange zone. When it's get a little bit flatter, like now, when it's 6%, I'm still about threshold. So not very slow, but a little bit less. And then you will see when it will become steeper, I will go back in the deep dark red numbers. So this worked very well. I was not nervous, or I don't know, from the riders who has overtaken me. And you will see always here and there some riders which becomes slower because maybe they overpowered in the beginning. For example, here only 4 watts per kilogram, the Belgium rider. Yeah, but you can always look down in the middle from the screen to the colors and my heart rate graph. I try to ride really a steady pace. And now I will be on my best position in this race. Position 16, I think. And yeah, you see on the downhill, I reduce my power a lot because you would waste too much energy. And yeah, that was the Fox Hill. So at the top, I'm at position 18. So that's why I will be overtaken from a handful of riders in this downhill. But yeah, I said to myself, it's not worth to follow them and to waste the energy in the downhill section. Yeah, because the benefit wouldn't be very nice. You know, the higher the gradient, the more time you can win if you increase your power. Because due to the air resistance. Yeah, and I'm also a very lightweight rider with 71, 72 kilograms. So it was also, I think, one reason why I was overtaken here in this downhill section. And yeah, the second part of the race is quite flat, but there will always be some uphills and downhills for a few meters. And so my plan was, once again, when it's going uphill, going way more in the red numbers, and in the flats or in the small downhills, yeah, to lower the power and get some lactate out of the legs. Now one example here, this ramp, boom, 10 watts per kilogram, like sprinting. And then I tried to go back to about 40 kilometers per hour, which should be my travel speed. In the end, I think it will be an average speed of 39.6 or something like that. So yeah. And once again, I think you will see that I will not get nervous from this rider here behind me. Yeah, and now this is one of the sections where you can win some seconds to your opponents if you increase your power. On this short ramp, you can look to the front, how close I will get to them just by increasing for some seconds. You see 6.5 watts per kilogram, and how the seconds to the guys in front of me became less and less. I almost closed the gap to Mr. Morvik from Norway. And yeah, now we are almost at the sprint segment, because in this individual time trial we had 2 segments. First the Foxhill and then the sprint here. What is the name of it? Just called sprint. And there are FTS points. So for the 10 fastest times you get some extra points added to your finish position points. And I was thinking for some seconds to sprint. Yeah, but I definitely didn't have the power. You see, for some seconds I was in the blue and green zone, so endurance and tempo. And yeah, I knew if I would have sprinted all out, I would lose my very good position. I'm still in the midfield, in the first half of the field. So yeah. At this point, I said to myself, I want to finish in the first half of the field, so 27 or better. And yeah, you see, I'm on 24, but behind me there are some riders just 2 and 4 and 4 and 9 seconds. Yeah. So one teammate from me, Chris. We were talking a lot about the strategy before, and yeah, he definitely wanted to go for the sprint because he is even worse in individual time trials than me. Yeah, and I can already tell you he sprinted the fastest time. So he got, I don't know how many points it was, 20 points maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, and he will finish on, I have to look on which position. I can't see it because in Swift Power the primes are already summed up. But he will finish very far behind me. But in the end we will have the same points, prime points. Quite funny that, yeah, both of our strategies resulted in the same result. Yeah, you see once again this short ramp. I increase to the dark red zone. And yeah, look at the guys behind me, Mr. Stevenson from Britain and my teammate Reinhold, 3 and 6 seconds behind. And once again, I'm not getting nervous. For example, Mr. Stevenson was also pushing in the downhill, about 3-4 watts per kilogram, and I was in the gray zone, you see. Yeah, so this will be a very interesting finish. I was now always looking behind me and to this gap behind me. How many seconds do I have? Can I hold them behind me? The guys in front of me, okay, 2 seconds, it's maybe possible, but the others are 7, 8, 9 seconds away, so I thought I wouldn't get there. But I also knew that I have saved some energy. So now Mr. Stevenson is here at my back wheel. But now it's uphill, and I know if I increase my power now, yeah, that would be an advantage for me. And yeah, you see that Mr. Stevenson and Reinhold are falling more and more behind. Now I get the Norwegian guy, and there are still 5 seconds to the next guy in front of me. I think the guy from Wales, I think it is. He's completely wasted, so I think, well, maybe I can get him, and now it's not a real sprint, but I managed to get him, so I finished on position 22, which very, very nice for me. I was very happy with that. So in the end, it was a very solid result from our whole team. So Matthias was the best on position 18. Then it's me and Chris with the same amount of points on 24 and 25. And Reinhold on 31 from 54 riders in total. So we are quite happy for the first race of the series and looking forward for the next week. And I can tell you the next stages will be more interesting. 2 points races on Innsbruck KOM after party and in Yorkshire on Queen's Highway. Then a team time trial in Watopia and the last race, stage 5, a points race in New York at Lady Liberty. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel if you want, give the video a like, leave a comment, and see you soon. Ride on!